Oh my God. This team in the Lakers who defeated the New York Knicks tonight, 122-115 in overtime, has taught me so much this year about patience, about my love for a team, heartbreak, triumphs, the unknown, to the point where I had to serve a drink. But even with all the things I learned tonight that I already knew, I want to tell you something that I just realized that just popped in my head. Not the blowout in the first half, not the comeback in the second half, and not the missed free throws in the fourth quarter. But maybe the Lakers finally have their big three together. And it may not be the big three you think. Let's talk about it. Sheesh. What's up, Laker fans? You already know who you're talking to. Wally World, baby. And we are here for another one with the Lakers beating the Knicks 122-115 in overtime. Yes, overtime. And it shouldn't even have went to overtime. Spike Lee loved it. But the overtime, the Lakers just said, hey, you Knicks are trash. Let's just get you out of here. But listen, AD's being AD. These are the things that you guys asked for. This is what I asked for. I needed Anthony Davis to be Anthony Davis and to be the reason why we traded and got rid of all our players and draft picks for him. And he's been doing it the past 3 games. Hey, we got, well, the past 5 games, actually. You got the game before this against the Clippers where he missed the game winner. Hey, but he still was being Anthony Davis with 30-plus points. We come at the game before that in Portland. Hey, we win. He's being Anthony Davis. Even all the way down to the games in Philadelphia, where he's going up against Joel Embiid and he's giving out 30. Anthony Davis is back. Let's cross our fingers. Please, no more injuries. He's back. He's back to championship Anthony Davis. Besides the free throws. We'll get there. But as far as points, as far as production, as far as rebounding, he's doing great. LeBron James comes back, puts a knee sleeve on and say, hey, you know what? I'm back. And he showed it tonight. And we need him for all 40 minutes as he gives out a triple-double. It wasn't Russ. It was LeBron. 37-year-old. The one that some people are saying, hey, we need to trade because he's getting old. He comes back out and gives you a triple-double and say, pump the brakes. Now, we got that going good. We got that going well. They picked up the defense in the second half because the first half was putrid. This is why I go back to say again, guys, we like to say coaches, and yes, coaching has a big problem. Lineups, play calls, designs, horrible. But sometimes your players just got to go out there and play. And they got to go out there and play with some effort. And I'm going to keep telling you about effort and defense. Defense has nothing to do with scoring. Defense has something to do with want to. Did you see the first half? They were getting whatever they wanted. The Knicks were going up and down the court, hitting threes. You would have thought this was the Golden State Warriors. You got 2 guys on the court that literally go left, and these guys were not stopping them going left. I can see plays over and over in my head right now of Julius Randle, hard dribble right, spin back left, layup. Barry, 1 dribble right, cross left, go all the way to the basket to the left. I'm starting to get to the point, does anybody do any film sessions? Do anybody even know anybody's tendencies? Do they even put these up on the screen so guys can write it down for notes at this point? Because there is no way you let 2 guys that go left all game long. Even down to end the game for the dunk that Barry did. He went with a dunk to the left.
Oh my God! Wow!
took a moment to sip on that. He literally goes left. He never goes right. Julius Randle never goes right. And some of you want Julius Randle. I hope tonight did not make you feel even more confident to say, yes, I still want Randle, when you see how Randle plays. Everything is on the left side of the court. Even his threes, they're to the left. Everything is left, left, left. You never see them go to the right, and you never see them shoot on the right side of the court. That is easy to pick up. And with a guy that needs his back to the basket and be able to drive to the basket just like your LeBron James, what's the point of having him on the team? Again, another guy that you can't fit. But we're not going to do that. Because you guys are going to see him on the Knicks and say, well, look what he did against us. But find me somebody else in that paint that's going to score in the paint. I'll wait. Matter of fact, I'll eat my Slim Jim. The answer is you don't. And that's why it looks like that. You have to always remember to put your guys in those positions and see how it will fit. I don't see any of their bigs being Anthony Davis. Noel, the young kid they have in Robinson, are they Anthony Davis? No, they're close, right? Okay. So it makes Randle fit his position better for the Knicks than it does the Lakers. Evan Fournier. Matter of fact, let's get to the meat and potatoes. The only trade, rumor-wise, was with the guys you've seen tonight. Evan Fournier, Alec Burks, Kemba Walker, for Russell Westbrook, THT, and Kendrick Nunn. They had a 20-plus lead. Had us dead in the water. We take one quarter that's been our kryptonite all year, our third quarter, and we come back and take the lead. Okay. As bad as THT looked, because he looked horrible. As bad as Kendrick Nunn has used every outfit that we can see in his closet because he's never put on a jersey. And DeAndre Jordan came out there for a few minutes to still look bad and get beat. They let us come back in the game. Interesting. The only person that I would take in that whole deal, if I had to think about it, and I pondered, Kemba Walker.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What you guys seen tonight is Kemba Walker having more points than Russell Westbrook. And how did he get his shots? By creating his own shots and knocking down threes on catch and shoot. And being more creative and being able to open the floor. This Laker team needs a guard that is willing to open the floor. So, Laker fans, stop giving me names you see that become available. Give me fit. When a guy comes, you should, a guy's a free agent or on a free agent block, you should think about how can he fit and does it make sense. Don't do names. For now, I want you to take the names off the back of their jerseys and I want you to say how do they fit in a Vogel-based offensive system or a David Fizdale offensive system. And I want you to see what you see, because it's showing the IQ of some of you. Now you get to see how does it fit when you have two guys that run pick and roll. Are they a floor spreader? Can they defend on the opposite end on what position you're going to put them in? Julius Randle was getting beat tonight. Julius Randle had no defensive effort whatsoever. Julius Randle will probably not have no defensive effort if he comes to LA. This team is having a problem with defense right now. Make it make sense. You have two bulls in a china shop in Randall and LeBron James who need the same spaces on the floor. Why do you need another one? You need another person that complements what you already have. It's like putting on a pair of socks and then putting on another pair of socks on top of in the summertime. For what? But now, as the game go along and we start to come back, I start realizing the big three is not Russ, AD, and LeBron. The big three potentially is LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Malik Monk. As I told you guys, Malik Monk is your two. I'm going to keep repeating that. Malik Monk is your two. Say it with me.
Malik Monk is your two.
Pulling the strings, drawing them. You're starting to see who's the tallest string and the tallest straw. It's Malik Monk over Ellington, over Bazemore, over Bradley, over THT, over all these guys. He's the one that brought you back tonight. And all you have to do is put the ball in his hands. Allow him to play his game. And until they allow Malik Monk to play his game and be confident, then guess what? He will always have up and down issues. Because that's the same thing in Charlotte when they put him in, took him out, put him in, took him out. He can never get his footing. If the Lakers just say, hey, you're the guy, and let him get his footing and get his 25 minutes a game, I guarantee you, you will not have any problems. He's proven it this year. He gave you 33 in Atlanta. What's the problem here? Now that's where coaching comes in. Just like tonight. Even the commentator said, hey, it's about time for Vogel to bring his guys back when we had to leave, but we could not get our footing on offense for 4 minutes. This is what I mean by the coaching. You see it on the court. You're worried about trying to play guys just to play them like this is Little League basketball and you got to at least have restriction minutes of 8 minutes a person. It's not that in the league. Put your guys out there who got you the lead. Give them a breather. Put them out there to keep their foot on the Knicks' neck. Again, if this is any other team, you could easily lose that 3-4 point lead. It's just the Knicks are just that bad. It's the Knicks.
Y'all killing me with this.
But the reason why I say that Malik Monk is your third best guy on this team and can be your third wheel in a big three system is because not only can he complement what you already have in AD and LeBron by opening the floor and shooting and creating his shot, he also has the size. He also is a better free throw shooter. And thus the reason why you've seen in big clutch games, Russell Westbrook being set on the bench. And normally for guys who play basketball, you understand this. If you're put on the bench but your expectations is this high, that means you're in the doghouse. That's almost grounds to be traded. So for the trade birds, the ones that want to find every trade move, look at everything to see if numbers match, your issue is going to be trying to get Russell Westbrook and his $40 million contract to somebody else. Because right now, he's super in the doghouse. No one believes him in the fourth at this point. This is the second time he's been sat down in the fourth. So for them to ultimately win. They're basically saying to Russ that your service is no longer needed in the fourth. And if you have a superstar that you can't play in the fourth in games against the Knicks, then that means it's time for you to find somewhere else to where you can blossom. The writing is now on the wall. As bad as I don't think it's Russ's fault, I just think that the way he plays does not match the system, does not match what the Lakers are trying to do. But Russ is no scrub. Russ just can't find his footing because what the Lakers need in their system, Russ can't do. This is why I tell you guys stop putting names. See, when you put, right at the beginning, everybody was, they're going automatically to the championship. Russ, AD, and LeBron. You see how the way scheme and system things have to fit? Here you go. Here go some of you guys again. Adding more names. Oh, God. Let's add more names in because they're just doing great on these teams. But the teams that they're doing great on, they stink. I am about tired of hearing Grant. They stink. Detroit stinks. Randall, the Knicks had expectations. They're falling. They stink. They just proved it to you tonight. They had a 20-plus point lead and lost. They stink. Give me another one. Oh, you want Miles Turner in Indiana. They stink. Badly. All these teams are worse than us. And we just can't get together because we don't know who we're going to put on the court and who's going to suit up. They stink and they're fully loaded. They have Cade Cunningham, the first pick of the draft, for a reason. They stink. You need guys that are not names but know how to be able to play a role. Younger and know how to play a role. We got a whole bunch of old guys now sitting on the sideline with clothes on tonight. We had Dwight Howard, which I feel still should be the man, and I will mention even that in this story of this game too. But he had lower back tightness and he didn't play. We seen Carmelo Anthony in his his hamstring, so we knew he wasn't going to play. Ariza just looks super old, but he did make a clutch three, and he did play enough defense to be able to be fine. But again, this is the Knicks. Because Ariza has been stealing money, and I told you guys, he's been stealing money. Hopefully he can get his feet under him and get moving, but he is stealing money right now. Got a lot of guys that we need youth. We need guys. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but Stanley Johnson, his days is over. In my book. Stanley Johnson is a one-trick pony that plays defense that only needs to be in for a few minutes just to wear somebody down who's hot. He should not have to shoot. He should not have to pass. He should not have to do nothing that involves the offense because Stanley Johnson is showing why Stanley Johnson was out on the street. No offensive ability whatsoever. There are G League players that have better offense than Stanley Johnson. The only difference is Stanley Johnson just competes and works hard. But Stanley Johnson is supposed to give you absolutely nothing on offense. And sometimes I've noticed in these fast 5 games, Stanley Johnson's just in the way because he's so much of a liability on offense. It's like playing 5-on-4 on the opposite end of the court. But that's neither here nor there. Again, a lot of people hate Austin Reeves, but he does the dirty work. Again, taking charges. Again, moving his feet. Again, stealing the ball. Again, making the right pass. Again, making the right cuts. These things matter. When other guys won't do it. Now, let's go back to Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, I've told you all these videos that he should be the starter for the same reasons you see in the beginning of the game. The Knicks completely pummeled the Lakers inside. For you, Anthony Davis, he should play the 5. Again, do you see how he can be easily punished? Because that's a lot of work down there. That's a lot of work. And this is the Knicks with centers that don't even score.
On the other end, we got some stops. Our D was good tonight. So we got to make sure our D stay good. It's very important, but it starts with the D.
Don't even have their name imprinted into the playbook. But it's hard to get putbacks and second chance points. The Knicks were making shots, but also getting second chance points. It was wearing Anthony Davis out. It wasn't until Anthony Davis got that long breather to come back and then dominate. But when you have a center that was like a Dwight Howard tonight, you can control the paint. And all the guys who have to go left in order to score, like Barrett and like Randall, you have guys that's waiting to meet them at the rim. As you've seen the Randall dunk on Anthony Davis, is because Anthony Davis was pooped out. You need big guys. And I think that Dwight Howard is it. I just hope that they don't try to trade him in a package, because whoever gets him is definitely going to get a steal. Because I still think it's going to be hard to get rid of DeAndre Jordan, but I would love for him to go. He's just old. He just doesn't have it. And Trevor Ariza is old and don't have it neither. But I think that his leadership and him being a veteran is going to keep him on this team. And when LeBron and AD love you, you stay. Look at THT. So, THT needs to improve. And for God's sake, somebody tell THT to stop trying the 1 foot fadeaway Dirk Nowitzki, because it has not worked yet. I don't know who's been teaching that shot to him. Lethal shooter, whoever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't work. Do what you do that got you here. Go down court, downhill, use your strength, use your length, and be able to finish at the rim. The jump shooting, the one-step footbacks, those don't work. It's just about as worse as Russ still trying to shoot off the glass. Oh my God. I'm trying to speak for you guys, because I know when you seen the game, you were like, Russ, please don't. Matter of fact, all the fans in the stadium was like, no, Russ. Even in the corner three, they were saying no, and Russ still said, really? Hold my beer. And shot it anyway. Thank God for AD with the putback. He gets out of sync. He has talent, but he's just not confident. And I can tell he's not confident, and he's trying to force his way to be better, but it's not going to work. We have 28 more games left in this season. Pretty much a lost call. What you can do is you can trade him off in some type of way in a package deal to get you a point guard. These are the things that are needed for the Lakers to be successful. You need a point guard that plays a decent enough amount of defense, which we know Russ do not unless he just feels like it and he feels pressured. We need a guy that plays at least more effort on defense, but be able to knock down a shot and be able to knock down a shot that is being swung to him, and or be able to create a mid-range shot on his own. You need a Malik Monk type guard in a point guard's body. That's what you need. You need that. You need to figure out your big situation. Because if there's too many times that we're playing LeBron at the 5 and we're not playing our bigs at all. So you need to figure out which big you're going to keep, which big you're going to get rid of, and which big you're going to bring in to be athletic enough to run with this Laker team. Because the two bigs that we got, the one you should play, you don't, and the one you do play is too slow. Again, coaching. Every time I see Dwight Howard come in the game, Dwight Howard gives you 10 and 10. Every time. Every time. Don't have a play called for him like he's in Orlando. He just does it. 10 and 10 is just off garbage. 10 and 10. You complement that with Anthony Davis giving you 25 and 12, 25 and 14. You have your front court settled. I don't understand what the coaches are doing there. I'm starting to believe that the guys are saying, hey, I want to play center because I want to put that into my stat line and in my career. Hey, why don't you go for it, LeBron? That's what I feel like. And the thing that we learn right now is that when you have a lot of yes men in your corner, it's very hard for them to say no to you. David Fizdale is not going to say no to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Frank Vogel is a coach's coach, a player's coach, so he's not going to say no to them. And it's already been written on the wall twice that they're going to use a scapegoat as Russell Westbrook instead of actually changing the playbook, changing what suits guys' strengths, and make it work. Your scapegoat will be Russell Westbrook. Because it's easy to do that because he's been a scapegoat for 3 of the teams he's been on the past 4 seasons. It's very easy to do. But I think what Russ needs, the Lakers don't have, and vice versa. And sometimes it happens like that. It's like a girl you love so much, but she doesn't love you. So it doesn't matter how much you love her. She's not interested. That's the way this relationship is. Russ loves the Lakers, but the Lakers just don't love him because it's the fact of what he does is what they don't need. We already have a go downhill LeBron, a go downhill attack the basket Anthony Davis that we're wanting him to do so bad, a back to the basket in the paint Carmelo Anthony, a THT that has to drive and get down the field, Stanley Johnson that can't shoot, got to drive and get to the basket. You got a lot of guys trying to get to this one basket. You got your bigs that can't create, so they got to go to the basket, and you're asking Russ to do things that Russ cannot do. Russ cannot shoot. Russ cannot shoot a consistent jump shot. Russ cannot shoot on the move. Russ is a guy that grabs and attacks the basket and go. Russ is almost playing like Lonzo Ball did when he was in LA his last season. Before the new jump shot. And speaking of ones who said they want Lonzo, haven't seen him in playing anytime soon. Looks like he's injured. Some of you wanted Kyle Lowry. He's injured. Some of you wanted, oh, look at the Bulls. They was losing for a while. I didn't hear nobody. The Wizards look great. Look at what we gave up for them. They're looking bad. They're wanting to get rid of Spencer Dinwiddie. Bill does not want to be in there anymore. I mean, geez, you see how crazy a couple of months make? This is why I tell I need to tell Laker fans and spoiled Laker fans to relax. Quit looking over the window to see other teams, because when people start catching on to what you do, that's the real team. Because a real team is when a team knows what you're going to do and you still can beat it. A lot of these teams now are being exposed. Haven't seen too many Caruso videos. I wonder why. Injury perhaps? Oh, okay. So if you really look at this, and we was in the same boat like we do, we will be in the same boat with all these injuries. Just as much as we are going through injuries right now. You need guys that are serviceable. And I'm going to be honest, I'll give you a dream point guard that you guys, because I know a lot of people say, well, you don't want nobody trading, you say they don't fit. Well, give me a guy that you think should fit. I got you. Malcolm Brogdon, if you can get him out of Indiana, that's your perfect point guard. Plays defense, 50, 40, 90 guy, shoots the jump shot, knows how to create, knows how to hit an open shot. If the Indiana Pacers are trying to break this whole thing up, I will try to duck my ducats in a row and see how the way I can get him out of Indiana. By any means necessary. That's your point guard that the Lakers would need. A defender, a guy that don't turn the ball over, a guy that can hit a shot, a guy that can shoot free throws, and a guy that knows that he has guys around him so he's not a selfish player. He's just a complimentary guy. If you ask me. If you're looking for that point guard that you say I should find, that's who I would go for. I know it's not possible, but that's what I would go for. Here's the thing with Turner, Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a big 7-footer, but he's like a Marc Gasol in his latter years. Just younger. He shoots threes at a certain clip. But we all know when they come to LA and the lights get a little brighter, they start going downhill with their percentages. See, that's why I tell everybody, you have to put all these things into consideration when you're a Laker. Well, he shot great in Detroit. How many people was in Detroit at the game while he was shooting? Wayne Ellington. How many people was shooting? Who was watching him shoot? By any chance, did you watch him any games when he was in Detroit? What about Miami? Did you see any games? I don't think I did. Did he kill you when they played the Lakers? Did he kill you? They didn't. Okay. Now he's here, and now you see why teams are saying you can have him. Because he can't guard anybody, and he has to be hot in order to shoot. Another trade that everybody's been talking about. But I got sources myself, but I'd rather not. Harrison Barnes. I'm tell you right now, guys. I'll tell you right now, as a Tar Heel who just got smoked by Duke, I would take Harrison Barnes at a New York minute. See, when I mention wings and I mention guys like that's the prototype. A 6'8" guy that can shoot mid-ranges, threes, defend, and can create all in one. To be honest with you, as much as you guys will hate it because you like the names on the back instead of the skill set, Harrison Barnes fits better with the Lakers than Buddy Hield does. Oh God, that wasn't popular. That wasn't popular. That wasn't popular. Because they're gonna say, it's Buddy Hield. But Buddy Hield is not better than Malik Monk right now. Wanna know why? Because Buddy Hield is on the bench of Sacramento. How bad you gotta be for somebody to beat you out in Sacramento?
Right, you try to reach your full potential by getting better every single day, and that's the quest.
So then you gotta go do your film work and study, and then you realize that Buddy Hield plays absolutely no defense. None. Zero. He came to LA and dropped 24, and they said, see, that's the Buddy Hield I want. But what they failed to tell you is that every guard in that game that we won scored at least over 15 points. No, you forgot that part? Yeah, Malik Monk scored 15. No, he scored 20. Bradley scored 14. THT scored 13. Even Stanley Johnson had 8. And Stanley Johnson can't even score. So if you asking that, Harrison Barnes fits better in the scheme that we're looking for than Buddy Hield. Because now you have a Harrison Barnes that is a scorer like Malik, but has defensive skills of Avery Bradley, but as big as LeBron James. There's your fit. There's your three-way. You can give him at the power forward, the 3, and the 2. I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, like I said, Miles Turner, there's a reason why they're losing in Indiana. And him and Sabonis are the key pieces. So why are they looking so bad? Nobody has an answer for that. I'm confused. Why not? Eh. So again, watch what you ask for when you bring guys, because these same people that you asked for that came to LA, they went downhill because the lights got brighter and the expectations was a whole lot larger than being in Indiana, being in Detroit, being in New York, being in Sacramento. So hey, the Lakers win 122-115. Should not have happened because they were 4 for 12 in the free throw category in the fourth, which I've seen these last few games being that close. They miss a lot of free throws in the fourth. You need guys that can knock down free throws in the fourth. There's a lot of things that are small that we forget about. But let's enjoy the win. Let's not let them pull our hearts back and forth, tugging with wins and losses, because we know that's exactly what they're going to do until they're ready to turn the light on, and they think that they can, so we'll wait to see how it looks. But I think truly that they're not going to do that until after the All-Star break. I think they're really going to take this serious after the All-Star break. But your big three is not Russ, AD, and LeBron. Your big three will be Malik Monk, AD, and LeBron. And on that note, La La Laker out. You already know. Give me my theme music.